Welcome to 1.6 of Influencer Marketing Academy. And now in this slideshow, I want to touch on not only finding influencers, but finding the right influencers that are going to help you convert. Because there are some influencers with stagnant pages, and we want to avoid paying them and wasting our ad spend on non-engaging influencers. So what shows a converting influencer? This is obviously going to go by their engagement. So for example, an influencer under, let's say, about 300,000 followers should see anywhere from 4 to 6% engagement on their post based on their follower count. And you are tying that and comparing that to the amount of likes and comments that are going to occur on a certain post, whether it's a video, a picture, whatever it just so happens to be. So this is where you could start to calculate the engagement rates that an influencer has with their post, because once you see that there's more engagement on their page and on their post, that's when you know that they have a closer tie with their audience and they're capable of making their audience take greater action than an influencer with a far more stagnant page and not getting engagement. So if they have over 500,000 followers, this is where we start to cut them a little slack, and we could see between 3 to 4% engagement and still consider them a well-engaging influencer. And then once we go over the 750K threshold and into the millions, about 2% engagement shows a good engaging influencer, because as we know, once we get into like the very high hundreds of thousands and into the millions of followers, there are going to be some ghost followers, and it's just going to come with the territory. But of course, they're still going to have massive pull. But this is where we're going to start cutting them some slack as they start to get up into the higher follower counts. So some other pointers to look for non-engaging influencers. You got to look for red flags. Now, what would this consist of? It would be more so spammy comments. So if you look through the comments of certain influencers, especially the ones that are lower in follower count compared to others, like below 500,000, you shouldn't see a whole slew of spam-like comments, and this is something that you'll be able to pick on with ease. And also, the high followers and low engagement is a clear giveaway. So if someone has 1 million followers on Instagram and they're getting 1,000 likes on their picture, for example, clearly something is wrong here. They could have very easily bought their followers, or they just have a absolutely dead audience. So now what we could do here is look at their other promotions as well. We could see the difference between their regular post and their promotion post. So when they do offer a featured post, you'll be able to point it out. And things that you want to look at is how seamless the ad is and whether it aligns really well with their post, or they're just taking every promotion possible. Now, this is something to focus on when you're doing personal page promos, and they're going to be more selective with their posts. So if they're not very selective, maybe it's something you don't want to consider, and just go ahead and use a general page influencer for your featured post. So also look at when you are comparing the likes and comments, the general engagement with a featured post to a regular content post. You want to see if there is a huge dip in engagement, or if it is around the same as a regular content post. Because if it is around the same engagement rate as a regular content post, then that means that they're running their ads really well and they're super seamless. And also their audience is clearly interested in those featured posts. So with that being said, I want to take you guys over the shoulder right now, and we're going to look at some engaging influencers on Instagram right now. All right, so we are inside of Instagram.com, and I wanted to show you guys a quick walkthrough on how we're going to be looking for influencers just using Instagram. So aside from using simple search engines like Google, so if we were, for example, selling watches, we could look up Instagram fashion bloggers or Instagram watch bloggers, so on and so forth. But right now, we're going to be looking just using this handy search bar right here. And we're going to be filtering through certain influencers, and we're going to be making sure if they in fact have an engaging audience. Because if a page does have 1 million followers or 500,000 followers, but they're not making those people take action, people aren't noticing their post, and they're not engaging with their post, then they don't have much influence at all. And you're going to be wasting your money on these fake facades of influencers, quote unquote, having all of this influence, when really these followers are just a number on their account and tied to their account, which aren't true followers. These people could have gotten followers for paying for them, or they very simply just don't have active followers and a engaging audience. So with that being said, we're going to look into how to differentiate between these two different types of influencers, which are the engaging ones and the non-engaging ones. So let's say that we were in the Pitbull niche, for example. That's one that I like. So let's look over here. Let's look at Pitbull's of Instagrams, the first one. We're not going to go to Pitbull because we're not going to be listening to any music right now. But anyways, we have 1.4 million followers here. All right, so this is a lot of followers. So this is a fresh post, as we could guess, only 200 likes. So here's one 7 hours ago, and it is 20,000 engagements about, and 25,000, 25, 25, 37. All right, so as we see, 37 seems to be the highest, 38. 112 views on their video though is very substantial, so that's very good. 112,000 views is a lot of views, so that means they have about 10% of a little less than 10% of their people viewing this. But what we're really going to be looking for in these bigger pages is anywhere from 3 to 6% engagement. 3 being average for once you do hit like that 1 million follower count and up, or even like 750,000 and up, 500,000 and up. That's where it starts to get harder to get a huge engaging audience. So we're going to cut them some slack, and 3% to a 6% engagement rate would be very impressive for that. But right now I have this handy dandy tool right here, which is a 5% engagement table that I calculated myself. So let's say if this page were to have 5,000 followers, they should be getting 250 likes. If they have 100,000 followers, they should be getting about 5,000 likes at a 5% engagement rate. So that's comments, likes, so on and so forth. So these people should be seeing engagement with their post. So if we see someone with 300,000 followers but they have 2,500 likes, we know something is up right there, and that's not a very strong audience for us to hit, and we're going to be wasting money if we go about influencing with them. So here on Pitbulls of Instagram, their engagement is not too bad, but it is not all that great at the very same time. So with that being said, we're going to look for something else, because 1.4 million followers is a lot. Let's go to our calculator and see exactly what we're looking at here. So 1.4 million followers. So, and we're going to times that by 0.03, 3%. So 42,000 is what they would be seeing at 3%. So yes, this is still a little bit low. The 136,000 video views is very good though. So that means people are seeing their stuff but not always engaging with it, because I guess they're so used to it with flooding their timeline. So this could be a decent perspective influencer. They are reaching a ton of people, so there's really no way to go wrong there, so long as the price is right. Definitely don't get ripped off by a page like this. But let's keep looking real quick. Now, Pitbulls. All right, so let's go Pitbulls fans. All right, so 661,000 followers right here. We see that they have their kick right here, so right away we know that we could reach out to them. They are accepting featured posts. As we can see, we have this Pitbull hoodie right here, this free collars promotion. So we see that every now and then they are throwing in these promotions. So on their normal post, we are seeing 25,000 likes, about 27,000, 21,000, 24,000. So if we go back to our calculator and we do 661,000 times 0.05, 5%, 33,000 likes on average. So that means they're right there. I mean, over here we got 27,000 likes. I'm pretty sure I've seen one post right here when I was scrolling by it. 33, there you go. See, 33. So they are right at 5%. 34. Some of their posts even push past it, and they do offer their featured posts. 38. So we did a little bit of digging, and we are seeing, yes, they're hitting a 5% engagement rate, which is really good for an audience of their size, because we could even consider a 3 or 4% engagement rate at this high of a follower count, really almost at 750,000 followers, which is absolutely huge. So now this is a great way to figure out which influencers do have an engaging audience. So people are definitely looking at what they are offering and everything that they're posting. and they do have a very active community. So Pitbulls fans could be a very, very good influencer for you to be using if you are inside of the Pitbull niche. And especially since you have their Kick right here, all you got to do is download the mobile app, and then you could shoot them a message and inquire about a featured post and exactly how much it would be costing. So long as you get a good quote and you feel that it's fit, we're going to go ahead and definitely fire off a featured post with a page like this, because you see that they're already in the business and they are getting a great amount of engagement. So they do have a solid audience. They're not getting 5,000 likes per picture of what they are posting inside of their niche. They are hitting around 30,000, 40,000, which is a great engagement rate, and that's something that we definitely want to be working with. So here's an example of just how you can go and weave away the non-active pages that aren't really providing what they should be. Out of all honesty, they should be following through with a strong engagement rate and strong action rate when you are utilizing their services. You don't want to just have them take your money and not get any return, because that's going to be awfully disappointing when you are expecting a big return from a big audience. But as we can see, that's not always the case, because they have to be taking action and go through to your link. So if you are in the Pitbull niche, this is a great way to go about promoting your Pitbull products. And also, you could use this for any other niche, just using the search bar right here. Just if you're in the turtle niche, look up turtles. If you're selling bird accessories or bird cages, whatever it is, really, I mean, you could really just do anything with the search bar. The options are limitless. There is no ceiling for you. No matter what your niche is, there's definitely an Instagram page related to it. So do your homework, do a little bit of digging, and definitely dive into this right now and start using this very, very handy engagement table. I'll pop it up for you guys right here again. If you'd like to take a screenshot, right here is the engagement table at 5%. So if you wanted to give them a little leeway once it gets further over here, you could absolutely be doing that. You could bump it down to a 4 or 3%. But with that being said, this is a very great engagement rate. So definitely get after it and start using this today.